Well, I guess we're canceling another food company out there, my fellow Americans. Okay, so at this point, I feel like it's become like a mini series here on the channel because Twitter just, I, I think you guys know, right? Like, do I even really need to go into depth about that one? Every 24 hours, Twitter has to find someone new to cancel and just bully and harass and be unnecessary towards because of one small thing that either isn't even from that company or that person or is completely over-exaggerated for absolutely zero reason other than to turn that person or company into a punching bag for people who have literally nothing better to do. They have no jobs to go to. They have no schooling they need to work on. They have no hobbies that they're interested in other than just being toxic and just literally canceling people on the internet for no reason, or I should say attempting to because, well, it just, I don't really see a lot of cancellations that work at the end of the day, but, you know, it was Wendy's, then it was Home Depot, and then now it's Domino's, fellas. Whatever you think about Domino's pizza, that's fine. It's pretty hit or miss around here, but it is one of the biggest pizza chains in the world, actually. Not only in the United States, but in the world. Domino's is pretty dominant, okay? You know, the first half of that word really does kind of signify what they are. It's one of the best-selling and one of the biggest in terms of how many chains and locations that they have. So you probably know about Domino's Pizza. The vast majority of my viewers are Americans. We are stereotypically on the heftier side and known for shoveling greasy pizza and fast food into our mouths. So I will assume that most of you know what Domino's is. Now, what caused all this, right, Optimus? What is Domino's being canceled for? Well, it's not like the rest of these ones. You know, Home Depot and Wendy's, they got in trouble because people who aren't even directly affiliated with their company were donating money to the Donald Trump re-election campaign. Now, while this one is similar, it's not the same. When it came down to Wendy's, basically, the CEO of a company that basically franchises a bunch of Wendy's restaurants got caught donating money to Donald Trump's re-election campaign. Not the CEO of Wendy's, but the CEO of a smaller company that franchises only some of Wendy's locations. That was reason enough to try and cancel Wendy's. Then with Home Depot, it was a former chairman and co-founder of the company that hasn't even been involved with the brand for almost 20 years. Literally, I was still in diapers learning how to walk pretty much when this dude was quitting his job. And he donated money not only to Donald Trump's re-election campaign, but had donated already billions of dollars to hundreds of great charitable causes like disabled people, veterans, things like that, but also had pledged to donate 90% of his billions of dollars of wealth to different causes, and Donald Trump's re-election was only one of them, and of course the rest was essentially ignored by this cancel culture crowd. But with Domino's, the cancellation is because they fucking made a tweet to a, at the time, random customer 8 years ago. So on November 8th, 2012, pretty much right around the time that the 2012 election was going on, Domino's made a tweet in which they basically showed love to a customer, okay? Now, you can see the tweet here, at Kaylee McKinney, I think is how you pronounce that. That's one heck of a compliment. Thanks for the love. Hashtag we appreciate it. Nothing out of the ordinary, right? I mean, companies all the time go on social media and show appreciation to their customers for purchasing their products and being loyal customers. It's very good social media work for these companies because it shows that they appreciate their customers, and at the same time, their logo and brand is being shown to even more people out on social media because people are going to like it and retweet it, and that it basically helps spread the cause, right? Definitely a very good thing for these companies to do when it comes down to the financials. Now, the person that they made this tweet to, this Kaylee here, ended up becoming the, I think, former national press secretary for Donald Trump. I may or may not be wrong about that, but in some way she was affiliated with Donald Trump and his campaign. So you'll notice the trend here with all three of these. You know, third time's the charm when it comes down to these cancellations, right? And here we go. It always has something to do with Donald Trump, which, once again, let me go ahead and make this point crystal fucking clear for the people who somehow do not understand this. Most companies are going to side with Trump. Whether you like him or not, that doesn't matter to them, okay? He is a billionaire. His policies generally favor the wealthy. Wealthy people are going to identify and side with another wealthy person, especially when he has as much power as, well, I don't know, the president of the United fucking States, literally a superpower country. So I mean, I don't understand what these people think these companies are going to do. What the 78-year-old businessmen who are involved in these companies are going to be like. They're going to be like, well, I'm actually extremely progressive, and me and 21-year-olds on Twitter have the same interests in mind. No. They don't. They're there to make money, fellas. I don't get why this is hard for people to grasp. And that's what these social media things are all about, right? They want customers to know that they're appreciated, and they want them to keep thinking about the fact that the company exists. Because the more that a customer thinks about your company, like, oh yeah, Domino's is always an option. Domino's responded to me on Twitter. They acknowledged me as an individual. I like Domino's pizza. Guess what they're most likely to do? When they're ready to order a fucking pizza, fellas, they're gonna order a Domino's pizza. That's the whole point. Now, this was at the time pretty much just any regular customer, and even if it wasn't, they're gonna respond. Because why wouldn't they? They want people to know that they exist. They want people to know that they're appreciated, right? That's the whole fucking point. But yeah, when it came down to it here, basically speaking, they got canceled by one tweet, or one tweet attempted to cancel them. This Rick Wilson fella, I have no idea who he is. He has 1 million followers and a check mark. I'm assuming he has to be culturally relevant somehow. Someone has to know who he is. Apparently, he's a New York Times #1 best-selling author because there's not fucking 85 million of them. But he tweeted out, "You just killed your brand, #ETTD." And I got 24,000 likes as of me recording this audio. Okay, and that was not even 24 hours ago. Now, I don't know why Ricky Boy here found a 8-year-old tweet and decided that that was the tweet and the hill that he was gonna die on here. But he did. Like, I don't even know how that comes to fruition. Like, I'm not sure if someone sent it to him or what the deal was, but I like to imagine that Rick was just sitting there in his bed, just like, all right, what company do I want to try and find a tweet from that's pretty damning to try and cancel today? All right, I had Domino's Pizza a couple nights ago. Kind of mediocre, didn't really like it. Thought the crust was a little too crispy, okay? Let's go back through their tweets. And he went back 8 fucking years and found a tweet. That's what I like to imagine, not necessarily sure that's how it unfolded, but it would be pretty funny. So, of course, people for some reason jumped behind this idea that, yeah, a company talked to someone 8 years ago on Twitter to push their brand a little more. Let's go ahead and cancel them because that person almost a fucking decade later ended up being someone related to Donald Trump's campaign. Like, I don't even understand the logic behind that. Like, how do you even comprehend what this whole situation is and be like, yeah, this is a logical thing to do. This is a very fucking reasonable thing to do. Like, I don't understand the whole idea of the tweet digging in the first place, where you go back through people or brands' histories and just try and find incriminating shit to bring up a decade later to try and expose them. Like, you idiots haven't said anything 10 years ago that could be used against you in some way. Like, everyone has said some dumb shit in the past that could hypothetically be used against them. There's literally no reason on planet Earth to try and hold that over people's head. The only reason that really exists is so these lunatics can feel a little bit more secure about themselves because their life is fucking terrible. Now, Domino's ended up responding, which I think was a great response, and I wish more companies would respond in times like these. Welp, it's unfortunate that thanking a customer for a compliment back in 2012 would be viewed as political. Guess that's 2020 for you. Ratioed on his own tweet absolutely fucking got him. He completely deserved it. I mean, it's just great to see a company respond like this to something so minuscule and stupid. I mean, yes, it is minuscule. It doesn't really matter at the grand scheme of things. Like, and Domino's just tomorrow is out of fucking business. It's like those pictures that depicts future America after civilization has ended, and it shows like New York City where there's like vines and trees growing out of the new buildings and shit that we've been building. And the Statue of Liberty is like collapsed into the water and it's like all decrepit and stuff. That's not going to be Domino's tomorrow, right? They're going to be fine. They're going to keep selling billions of dollars worth of pizza and wings. By the way, if you have not had Domino's wings, they are so fucking good. I know what I'm having for dinner tonight now that I think about it. I mean, it was a ridiculous point to even make in the first place. I think most people can agree with that. Even if you for some reason just think that Domino's should be canceled for this, I think that you can probably agree with me on the fact that this was just a stupid hill to die on and that the point should have never really even been made. I love how dramatic these tweets are too, honestly. Like, you just killed your brand. Like, everyone's gonna stand behind. I'm like, yeah, fuck Domino's. I can't believe they tweeted to somebody 8 years ago. I mean, a couple thousand people probably, but in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't matter whatsoever. But I mean, you still have fools like this. Bye-bye, Domino's. Like, first off, I just want to ask the question, Twitter, how am I not verified on Twitter, but these fucking random nobodies who do almost nothing whatsoever except say ignorant shit on Twitter get just easy verification? But second off, Imagine this. I want everyone, open up your imagination there for a second here, fellas. Picture in your fucking head. You are Tim, okay? And you're just scrolling through Twitter and you see someone else say that Domino's killed their own brand. And you're like, I wonder why that happened, right? And you click on it and you investigate a little deeper, or you don't. You probably didn't, because if you did, I feel like you would have been a sane human being and realized that this was fucking stupid. And you see that the reason that their brand has now been killed is because, they tweeted to somebody 8 years ago, and that person is now on a different side of the political compass than you. And you also agree, like, yeah, I'm never eating Domino's again. Bye-bye, Domino's. The funny thing is Timmy Boy here will probably get some wings and a pizza within the next week from Domino's. It probably will happen. I mean, can we just stop fucking trying to cancel fast food companies and pizza places because of something so stupid and just unnecessary? But when it comes down to it, these cancellations are so fucking stupid. They make no sense, and the people doing them are nobodies who, at the end of the day, their opinion only matters to people who think exactly just like them. And it's a very small vocal minority of society that just has no idea and no concept of reality whatsoever. They think that their opinion is just, it's God sent, and them getting mad because a company did something so small and minuscule is actually worthy of shutting the whole company down. It's nuts. Domino's, you're canceled. I won't be eating there tonight. I'm gonna go get a Papa John's pizza. I don't know. But with that being said, fellas, I got wings to eat, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and hurry my way through this one. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. Thank you to my channel members. Your support helps my channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, just waiting on wings, and signing out.